My dad is having famous people read chapters of his book, Gloves Off. Dwayne Kuiper's going to read a chapter. Steve Bitker's going to read a chapter. I read a chapter, and I'm not famous. Recently, former Golden State Warriors general manager and head coach Garry St. Jean read a chapter of my dad's book. We drove out to St. Jean's house in Danville, and my dad, feeling guilty for asking a favor, brought a Brunello di Montalcino, a hell of a bottle of wine, for Garry. Garry, being the overwhelmingly generous, nice person that he is, opened it immediately when he got it and poured us 3 glasses of wine at 3:30 in Danville. So we each had a sip of wine. Then Garry stood up, went over to his outdoor barbecue in his backyard, and read this chapter from my dad's book in one take. It's the story of when Latrell Sprewell choked out Warriors coach PJ Carlesimo. And Garry St. Jean was there that day because he was the Warriors general manager. Enjoy.
Hello, I'm Garry St. Jean, and I'm going to read a little bit to you from Lowell Cohn's book, Gloves Off. Latrell Sprewell's hands-on experience. It was Monday night, December 1st, 1997, a Monday night like any other Monday night. I had eaten dinner and done the dishes, and now I was watching TV and drinking a glass of red wine when the phone rang about 8 p.m. It was a public relations gentleman from the Golden State Warriors. "I think you'd better get over here right away," he said, meaning the Warriors' headquarters in downtown Oakland. "Why?" I said. "Because Latrell Sprewell just choked the coach." This was a showstopper. What the PR guy told me was that Latrell Sprewell, the Warriors' star player, had choked Coach PJ Carlesimo. I got over there just in time for the news conference. The team had set up a table on the gym floor. At the table sat Carlesimo and general manager Garry St. Jean. The media stood in front of the table and stared at St. Jean and Carlesimo, who wore a turtleneck sweater, obviously covering the choke marks on his neck. This was an all-timer, an experience that I'd never had before. Player chokes coach. In a quiet voice, I'd say an embarrassed voice, St. Jean said that there had been an altercation and Sprewell had well choked Carlesimo. But when we asked Carlesimo questions, he was vague and seemed annoyed that we were there, annoyed he was there, really put out. I knew St. Jean well, and while Carlesimo ducked question after question, St. Jean would steal a glance at me. He seemed to be sending me a message I took to mean, "Can you believe this?" There had been trouble leading up to the choking. During the preseason, Warriors conducted a workout in the Napa Valley. I had arranged to interview Sprewell, but when the team opened the gym doors to the media, I saw Sprewell hurry out an exit door. Someone told me that Sprewell and Carlesimo weren't getting along, meaning Sprewell wasn't about to say nice things about the coach. So sure, I knew there was tension, but nothing like this. After the post-choking news conference broke up, someone with knowledge of the situation, the assault, filled me in. It had been a standard workout. No fights, nothing like that. At one point, Carlesimo told Sprewell to slap a little mustard on a pass. Just that, a little mustard. Apparently, mustard was a spice too far, and Sprewell flipped. Threatening to kill Carlesimo, he grabbed the coach around the neck. Now imagine if Carlesimo had told Sprewell to put hot sauce, or God forbid, chili pepper sauce on the pass. Sprewell might have pulled out a gun and shot him. According to my source, the original choke took place near the free throw line, but it didn't end there. Locked onto Carlesimo's throat, Sprewell dragged him backwards through the key toward the basket and dragged him like a stuffed doll. This lasted about 10 seconds before players and assistant coaches saved Carlesimo by prying loose Sprewell's hands. My source acted out the drama for me, location by location, like someone demonstrating the stations of the cross. Practice resumed minus Sprewell. Can you imagine practice actually resuming? But Sprewell wasn't done. He returned a few minutes later and went after Carlesimo all over again. punched Carlissimo in the face, but never got a hand hold on the throat. Assistant coaches saved Carlissimo again. The league suspended Sprewell without pay for the rest of the season. He never again played for the Warriors, although he lasted 7 more seasons in the NBA. The Warriors fired Carlissimo 27 games into the 1999 season. His record was 6-21 at the time. In 3 seasons with the team, he went 46-113. This story has a coda. St. Jean was the Warriors' general manager at the time and is a noted wine lover. What you'd call an oenophile? The Santa Rosa Press-Democrat asked me to arrange a wine tour with him in Sonoma County. We'd take a limo to various wineries. I'd copy down his tasting notes and write a column about St. Jean, the Robert Parker of the NBA. We had the date set. My paper had hired a limo. I was pumped, and then the choking intervened. One night, my phone rang. It was St. Jean, his tone uncomfortable. Could we postpone the wine tasting, he said. Why? I asked, disappointed. I just don't think it would be a good look, St. Jean said. Player chokes the coach, and the general manager goes on a wine tasting spree with a reporter. Point taken. Hold that cabaret. you got a gift.
This is great.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful job.
That is great.
Thank you.
Oh, heck.
Let me get your wine